on, guys? What's going on, guys? This is Mario with All Things Gizmo, and I'm here with JP. And today we're going to talk about something really special. A lot of people have already seen this, the presentation that Apple gave, or the huge commercial, the 1 hour commercial that we watched, sat through and watched. So now we're just going to talk about our feelings about the Apple Watch and what you guys should really expect. So without any further ado, JP. I know you just made a rant video because you could have just wait for me to get on and talk, but
I just have to get it off my chest, man. It was just, I don't know, man. I think I'm at that point where I'm done. I'm done with Apple. I mean, I know I told you I'm like a little Apple fanboy, so don't just start, but like, I don't know, man. I mean, you can talk about how you feel, and I'll say a few things, but it's ridiculous.
all right, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. How I feel is that I feel as consumers, Apple always shows us. Apple is consistent in showing us exactly what they are. You know, they make quote unquote good looking products. To be honest with you, I don't feel like the Apple Watch is the best looking product that they can make.
It's to
But
Zen, looking watch out there.
it's a way better looking watch. But that's a whole different subject for a different time. It's not the best looking watch, but they're consistent in charging you a lot of money for their products. If you look at, I don't think Apple has ever made anything, affordable. They make it at a premium price, and they sort of, and when you if you watch their event, they show you all these details and how they make it. They use premium materials and make it laser cut this, laser cut that, and that's nice. I feel like I'm watching a commercial. So the whole time you're sitting there, you're getting brainwashed. I'm like, yeah, yeah. So it's right for them to charge you $350 and $10,000 for a watch because they took all this time to do that.
10,000, 17,000.
10,000 starting, and then it goes up to 17, which is crazy. Um, it's and if you think about this premium price, the $17,000 watches, the regular people's not gonna buy it. It's really for athletes. It's gonna be for movie stars and people with money. It's celebrities. Those people are gonna be buying those expensive watches because you know what? They're not regular people. They don't want to have the same thing as you and I do. So just to end my little rant, I feel like Apple, it's their watch is doing the same thing that the Google Wear is doing. Except that they add little things where you could send someone your heartbeat. I don't see
So,
the point in that. And the second.
if you're not my wife, why am I sending you my heartbeat? Oh, you, let's be honest. Can you believe like that? Wow, no, in the middle of the night, I send you my heartbeat.
Well, that's exactly the point. You only send your heartbeat to someone you love, but that's another thing, But you could double tap, you could do a little different taps, and send like different messages. It's to me that's gimmicky. That's gimmicky. But you know what? I'm gonna give you the floor because I know you have a lot to say.
Me, not just. I'm not gonna lie to you. The watch is not. It's ugly. It look like a kid watch. It look like a kid watch. And the thing is, if you look at the what, so there's the sport one, and then what is the other second one? Apple.
Regular one?
Apple and Apple edition, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
You're paying the premium price, but it's the same watch.
it's the same exact thing. It's
It's just
different
the
finish.
thing.
Yeah.
There's no extra storage. There's no, oh, this one had a retina display, this one don't. There's nothing different. It's the same crap. And what pissed me off, you paying extra money for the damn pen. Like, just because you change the pen, you're paying extra money for it. Like, for example, the one that's 350 and the one that's 17,000 is the same watch. Okay, the one that's 17,000, okay, it's gold. I understand that could have been premium, maybe $600 to $700, maybe the most 1,200. But 17,000, I want you to be honest. You said which people are gonna buy it. I want you to be honest. You want a company, right? You look inside the boardroom, you're gonna buy the company from somebody else. That CEOs want an Apple Watch. I just get up and walk out.
You would get up and walk out.
Why would you want well, a kid watch to come to buy something?
But I said celebrities are gonna buy. You know, you forget there are a lot of celebrities that like Apple. Apple fandom is not just regular people. A lot of celebrities like Apple as well. They have iPhones and they have iProducts. Apple is smart, to be honest with you. You know, they at the end of the day, they're a business. Let's put it that way. So to have removable band that they control themselves and put out themselves, it's smart. You know, nobody else is like, all right, I'm gonna make this watch, but you know what? I'm gonna let other people sell the band. They're gonna sell their own bands so they can make money on accessories, which is smart. You know, so they're a business. You know.
Remember what Johnny Ive said about the? To me, it's like Apple is doing the motor maker a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Johnny Ive said the motor maker was a bad idea. It's like you don't know what the customer really want, the consumer want.
Yeah.
It's a crap. I said he charged me. Instead of me putting yellow and a green one and this and that, you charged me $400 for it.
Yeah. To be honest, the sport one looks ugly. You know, it's not. And then the next version up, it has a brushed metal finish, which is probably the best looking finish around the phone. I don't know, man.
The sport one is not waterproof. It's not dustproof.
Nope.
There's no GPS in it.
No, it's the same exact thing, just different finish.
Why would you want, like, literally, like, are you gonna wear a sport watch with a suit?
No.
Exactly. No. I'm gonna spend $250.
But you could change your band. You could.
Yes, that's gonna cost you more money if you change the band.
You can change the band. Here's the thing with Apple. You know, whenever they come out with something, they first come out with something.
Idiot like me always want to go buy it.
Well, no, it's not what I was gonna say. Whenever they first come out with something, it's almost like a test product. You know, it's like a beta product. The next version is always better. Case in point, I had the first generation iPod Touch. I wanted it. I was working at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I think I paid $200 for it at the time. And then I promise you this. To this day, I only have like 2 software upgrades. I can't play any games on it. You know, it was almost like a beta device. You know, it's like I feel like I'm left in the, but it still works, and I still use it. But those products that first generation products that they come out, especially the Apple Watch, you probably won't see a good version of it maybe until the 3rd, 4th generation.
Probably. I'm not gonna lie to you, probably. And the best part, they call it a true smartwatch. What is a true smartwatch?
You know what?
I want to the definition of a true smartwatch.
It could be different for every person, because it's relative to what the person uses. Of course, Apple wants to define what it is for you because it's a brand new market. You got to realize this. So not too many people are defining or knowing what they want in a smartwatch. A lot of people say, well, I need it to do this for me, and a lot of people are saying, well, I can get by if it doesn't do that for me. So it's different for each person. For me,
let me give you a little hint, so maybe you probably can see where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Think about every smartwatch that's out there that you know of. Every single one of them. Which one would you say is a true smartwatch?
I would say the Samsung Galaxy Gear S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can leave the watch at home. I get my phone call to it.
Yeah.
I don't need the watch to go running. There's a GPS in it. The watch has a Bluetooth. I can do a wireless Bluetooth. I'm running. My music is saving the watch I'm running. I have no problem. Yeah, I don't need the phone for the watch to work. That's what I call a smartwatch.
Yeah.
Yes. Apple saying that theirs is a true smartwatch. I mean, I'm not a Samsung fan. I'm not an Apple fan. I'm talking about technology. Like, give credit where it's due.
Yeah, Samsung did a great job on that phone the watch. I'm sorry, because it is a watch. They did a great job on it, and I think they finally got it right, because if you think about it, they came out with 7 watches before that. So they finally got theirs right because the first Samsung watches, they were sort of like beta watches, just like Apple's doing right now. They're coming out with their watches, but because of the Apple marketing and the Apple fandom, people are like going crazy. I'm gonna buy this watch. You know what? They're gonna make money on it, but
Yeah, they're gonna make a
people,
lot of money.
people who are early adopters in these technologies, I hope they know what they're getting into because if when you're the first one to get something, you're like you're basically testing it out for the manufacturer. So that's what I really think it is. So you're gonna be whoever gets this thing is gonna be testing it out for Apple. And Apple's gonna improve on it the third generation because they're not gonna really drop the design on the second generation. They're just gonna make little incremental upgrades, and by the third and fourth generation, it should be something different. But
they come out with a lot of apps right before the watch come out. Like Google Wear didn't have all of that. Still, Tizen is struggling with that with Samsung.
right.
Apple come with a lot of apps, but some of them is just not really worth to have. It's overdoing it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you can use your phone to do everything and everything better. So what's the point of having a watch? A smartwatch or a watch. It's really just to get your notification. I think
just to get you. That's what it is.
I do a lot of stuff that I don't want to have my phone in my pocket all the time. If I'm gaming, somebody's calling me while I'm playing video games, I can just glance and see who's calling or who's texting, whether it's important for me to do. So that's for me is a great feature. There's nothing else to say. But you know what? Apple is consistent. People shouldn't be surprised when they hear a price that's exorbitant for a product that Apple makes. I'm not surprised because whenever Apple makes something, it's gonna be expensive, and you know what? People will stand online for it because it's Apple.
You see, what bothers me is when your smartwatch costs more than your phone, but the watch will not work without the phone.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point. But that's the thing. The watch is not a substitute for the phone. It's to work hand in hand with the phone. But you're right about that. So it brings back the idea that do you really need a smartwatch? Do you want one? Is it worth it for you? Are you wanting to pay that? And one thing that Google does that you could Android Wear does that's better. There's different flavors of Android Wear, and you know what? Apple can't, and that's probably why Apple feels like the need to come out with all these bands so they can customize it because you could have you could have a round one, you could have a square one, you could have a rectangle one, you could have a any kind of flavor of Android. You could have a dressy one, you could have a non-dressy one, whatever one you want, man. You can just get on Android Wear. So you can talk bad about it, and the thing is, it won't. You could probably buy all the Android Wear smartphones for that premium price.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. You can buy every single one of them, and the battery will last you longer than the them watch.
And the thing is, you can buy all of them and still have money left over. So
yeah, and then let's talk about the battery life. It will last you 18 hours. Seriously, it's not gonna last. I mean, that watch, if you use it consistently, I read somewhere they're saying that if you use it non-stop, where you do all your notification, all your email, Twitter, Facebook, everything's coming to that watch all the time, the most you're gonna get is 6 hours.
I mean, that's what it is now for, if your smartwatch is on all the time, you're not gonna make it through the day,
I mean, so, I'm getting about 15 hours with my Galaxy Gears.
Right. And is it on all the time?
I mean, it's when you turn your wrist and then you get the time pop up for a little bit, and that's it.
Okay.
And then after that, but if I put all my notification, I probably can get 8 to 9 hours.
Right.
And I tried, and but with the Galaxy Gear 2, I was getting about 2 days with it.
With the LG watch that I have, I get 2.5 days on the battery. And my screen is not always on. I have pretty much all my notifications coming on there.
The only notification I'm gonna get coming to my watch is my Gmail because I got 5 accounts open. I don't want. It's too much. It's annoying.
Yeah, I only get my primary emails
Mm-hmm.
notification on the phone. I don't get all my emails, which would be annoying because you get a lot of emails all the time. My primary email, like my important emails, those come in on there. So that's really what I check. So yeah, man.
But I think
Uh,
Apple's overdoing it, man. I think they're just doing it. They're charging so much money for the same thing, and a lot of people are going and buy it and spend their money, and people don't see that. Like it's just not worth it. Like you're charging so much money, and so many people. I think I sent you a text that this girl was so excited, she can't wait to have it. This.
do you think that because Android Wear is going to be coming out on iPhone,
Yes,
uh, do you think people will
yes.
wait, or you think there are smart iPhone users that will wait for the Android Wear and probably get something much nicer?
Yes, there will, but there's only one problem. Android Wear will not be the same on iPhone as on Android. Just like the Pebble, I use the Pebble on iPhone and Android. It's a completely different watch from iPhone to Android. So Android Wear is gonna be could be different because not a lot of Apple apps gonna work with Android Wear.
That's true. It could be limited, but for I think for notification's sake, it may work. It may work, because Android Wear is it's primarily additional notification that you're getting on your wrist. So that should be something that's good.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'm waiting for Android Wear where you're able to just, I mean, I'm not saying, okay, you can steal with your watch have a full conversation, but
Right.
like me, I love my phone where I can just answer a quick phone call. Somebody come like, hey, let me call you right back, or hey, I'll be back in 5 minutes or something.
Right.
I want to have that option with Android Wear. We don't have that
On,
option. That's something I would love.
on every Android Wear. There's
Every Android Wear, yes.
yeah,
I think the
because some of
second
them have.
generation will have something like that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's really on the manufacturers because the manufacturers kind of dictate what sort of features come on the phone. Samsung makes their Android Wear smart watches with the capability to answer phone calls, at least for now. So we'll see.
I haven't used the Samsung Android Wear, so I'm not really sure how that works. But if I'm not mistaken, I thought Android Wear, all of the watch was supposed to be the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that the Galaxy Gear S you're able to make phone call, the Galaxy
yeah,
Gear 2, but I don't
yeah,
think Android Wear you can do that.
yeah. You're right. You're right. It's only the Samsung, I guess, the season watches.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't want to be able to make phone call and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. I'm
How do
just
you feel? How do you feel about the LG G Watch Urban?
it's a nice concept, but I prefer the LTE one, the
Yeah,
WebOS. I'm a big fan of WebOS.
right.
Yeah, because it looked like the LG GR to me, kind of in a way.
It is. It's actually nicer.
Yeah,
It's
it is
it's a
nice.
nice looking watch. It looks premium, so I wouldn't be surprised if that watch is like, let's hope not 350.
I mean, to me, like I said, the nicest Android, the best looking one is the Asus, and it's still impossible to get that watch.
Right.
It's the
The
it's,
Asus is really nice, but the Huawei watch is a good one too.
it's not out yet, but yeah, that's
I heard that watch is $1,000.
yeah. They say it was no, that's not true. There was an article saying that yeah, that's not true. It's not gonna be 1,000, but I could sworn somewhere says it's gonna be like 350, 400. I'm like, what? It's a lot of money. At first it was 1,000, now about 350. I'm like,
I feel like those people are like testing the market. Would somebody pay $1,000 for that? I wouldn't pay $1,000 for Android Wear at all. If you think about it, people watches have this sort of especially when you're looking at premium expensive watches like Rolexes and all that stuff. They have this ability to for you to pass it along to your kids. Like I could have this watch I've had for a while and say I'm going to pass it along to you. I've had this watch when you were born. So this is now your watch, my son
yeah,
or
but
my daughter, whatever. But you
one
can't do that with a smartwatch. It's not a piece that you can pass along to that has legacy like that.
exactly. And another thing too, people understand if you go pay 17,000 for Apple smartwatch, or you pay 17,000 for a Rolex, 10 years from now, that Rolex is gonna be maybe 20,000. How much that 17,000 smartwatch gonna be 10 years from now?
Exactly. Exactly.
You
I
know, people won't see
I
it like that.
I feel like it. You know what? It'll be surprising I'd be shocked if people didn't buy the Apple Watch. I would be shocked. As strongly as I feel about that it's not worth that price, I'd be shocked if people don't buy it because consumers kind of control what manufacturers does. If people are not going in there in stores and say, I want this watch, I'd be so shocked if they don't do that.
Well,
But
that's the thing. That's how they make money is from us.
exactly.
And Apple have the best marketing. Like when you look at the product, you look how they make the watch. It's like, wow, so much detail. It's like they brainwash you. This is why, when I'm watching I watched the event after it was aired. That product, just skip it. I don't have time for this crap. You know what I mean?
That's how they get you, man.
We invented Go. What the hell? How did we invented Go? I think Apple was, before they do an event, they open dictionary looking for words to say. I bet you there's some psychiatrist or somebody somewhere say that now they're gonna take off this. Say that now they're gonna. I'm telling you, it's like when they're talking, it's like
it's it's a business, man. The whole presentation is a commercial. It's an hour and a half commercial, man. Because a lot of it you got to sit through the videos and watch their commercial, their 60 seconds to a minute to 2 minute commercials, man. You can't get those on TV, you got to sit through it, and this is why the event is free. It's free for you to stream, you can watch it for free, but what you're watching is you're also watching a commercial, and it's putting the idea in your mind, which is great marketing, by the way. So great marketing, you're watching those commercials and you're like, man, I think I need this thing, and that's why people stand online for it.
When I was watching the event, when they start showing me, I'm like, damn, I want that watch. And then after I'm like, why do I need that? Literally, after the event, I'm like, that's crazy. This guy charges you from $350 to $17,000 for the same crap. That's crazy. It makes no sense to me. Like, but you're right. When you're watching it, you make you want to get it.
Yeah.
It makes you want to get it. And when you thought about it, like, what did I do that for? I'm not gonna lie to you. I went from the iPhone 6 Plus to the Edge. I love the iPhone 6 Plus. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I'm using the 6 Edge. I'm like, why was I using the 6 Plus again? Like I'm looking for an why. I mean, beside the battery, I'm like, I was missing so much going from iPhone to Android. I had some pictures on a USB drive. I just plug it to my Android and I have those ATG thing and transfer everything.
Wow.
Why was I doing that? Literally, I kept saying to myself, why was I using an iPhone before? I mean, I always go back and whenever a new phone comes, I always try them. But I used that iPhone 6 Plus for about 5 months. I never used a phone for that long.
Wow.
But don't get me wrong, it was a great phone. But the functionality, the stuff I'm doing right now with the Edge, the whole time I'm saying to myself, why was I using the iPhone for so long? I'm missing so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Apple gets you to that. They brainwash you to make you think it's the best phone.
That's right.
The other day I went to the Apple Store. A year ago I was at the Apple Store, and I will never forget the kid said to me, I don't know why people love Android. They're so big. The phones are so big, make no sense. And I said with 6 Plus, yeah, man, that's the best phone. I'm like, you don't remember me, do you? He's like, why?
Yeah.
2 years ago, he told me it was so big. So what's your excuse now? He said, what do you mean? I'm like, I was here 2 years ago. You told me that you don't understand why people buy Android phone. They're so big. Now you're praising the iPhone 6 Plus. It's like they're going to watch the employees also.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the kid. He's looking at me like, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I just keep walking up because I was looking for something for my wife. I just got in and walk out. I'm telling you, he said to me, I don't know why people love Android. The phone is so big. Why is something so big? But now he's using the 6 Plus. It's like, yeah, that's the best phone. I love that phone. Like, the screen is big. I can see more content. I'm like, you don't believe me, do you? You told me.
Apple contradicts themselves because they always said that they're gonna stick with this screen size. Big phones suck. Now look at them now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, now look at them now. They finally make a big screen phone, and now they're number one again. And you know what? They're like, look at us now. They don't talk. And that's why in a company you should never disparage the competition. You should never talk bad about your competition because you never know when you're gonna say I'm gonna apply that model to me. And you know what? Samsung, they do. I don't know. Samsung does a great job of copying what Apple does, but They never talk bad about them because they understand that Apple is, a very good company, and you know what? They copy the best.
I mean, the smartwatch. I mean, what's your favorite feature in the Apple smartwatch? I mean, I know there's a couple stuff that I like. What's your favorite feature?
Listen, there's nothing that watch does that my G Watch don't. The only thing that I wish that that was feasible is that I could change the band as easily as you can on the Apple Watch. That's it. You
I
know.
mean, my favorite feature I would say is the NFC for Apple Pay. And I've used Apple Pay so many times. I really like that. I really like that. And I love, like I said before, there's a lot of apps already ready for that watch. A lot of them already out there. And one thing I'm gonna tell you, those apps that's out there for the Apple Watch, it's not gonna be buggy like when it comes to Android. Or when Android first came out, there's so many things missing. Because I know that one thing I noticed when you're using those apps from the watch, you can do you don't whatever you can do with the phone, you can do it on the watch.
True.
A lot of apps that come out with Tizen and a lot of apps that come out with Android, it's not the same. There's always something missing.
It's a watered down version.
Exactly. So that's those features that I like. But other than that, man, I'm not. I was gonna buy one for my wife. And she better ask me for it because I'd be pissed.
She married.
You know what? I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her it's 10,000. She surely know how much they all cost. But I feel that this is the first time I do not want to get anything that from Apple. I don't want to get it.
Listen, man.
Like
I said,
get it.
like I said, it's you wait for the third generation. Third generation one is gonna be a whole lot better than this generation, and people are gonna be like, oh wow, why did I get that first generation one? That's what I would do. But that's all I have to say about Apple Watch for today.
You too, man. I think I just get everything off my chest.
You feel better about it now?
Yeah, it was really annoying and it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. The whole event was like, huh? I mean, we'll do another video about that MacBook thing for 14,000. Like, seriously? you can do anything with it. So that'll be another video.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. All right, guys, man. That was JP from All Things Gizmo. I'm checking out. How about you, Mario?
Thanks for listening, guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave your comments down below. We'll try our best to answer all your questions. And as always, you can hit us up on Twitter, and we'll answer your questions there. We can have a discussion there, too. We don't mind.
All right, guys. Bless up.
Peace.